Hi, I'm Colleen. Welcome to Bakes and Blenders. Today we're going to be using the Swiss method to make delicious espresso macaron shells, and then we're going to fill them with a sweetened condensed milk buttercream. This is what they look like. Are they not adorable? Look at that. They smell so good. You're going to want these. So if you're ready, let's get started. If you'd like to see a video of how I prepare my macaron ingredients, make sure to check out the link that I'm putting on the screen and down below in the description box. We're starting simply by combining our sugar and our egg whites. I'm trying to whisk it so that it's well combined, not trying to incorporate any air. Once it's combined, put it over a double boiler for about 90 seconds to 2 minutes until the sugar is dissolved. Then you can put your bowl back in the stand mixer and whip until you have a gorgeous meringue. Once your meringue is almost at stiff peaks, for me this is around the 7 to 10 minute mark, you can go ahead and add your gel coloring. I'm just adding a few drops of ivory at this point. Add your color and then whip for several more minutes until you are at nice, stiff, firm peaks. You'll find the recipes used in this video in the description box below. Now that the meringue is at stiff peaks, I like to transfer it to a large glass bowl. I don't like to macaronage in the stand mixer. That bottom, with it being pointed, I find that my ingredients sometimes get stuck at the bottom, but you do what works for you. So get your meringue into the fresh bowl. We're going to add the dry ingredients, and I'm also adding more gel color because that ivory just wasn't dark enough for me. Macaronage is one of the tricky parts of making macarons. You want to get your batter to the right consistency. This is something that I struggle with, as do many other macaron bakers. So first, you always want to work on very gently incorporating the meringue and the dry ingredients. Be very gentle at this point. Once it's all combined, that's when you're going to focus on deflating the batter. So you can be slightly more heavy-handed but still gentle, and you're just going to fold the batter, pressing it against the bowl until it flows like slow-moving lava. My batter ended up being slightly undermixed. We'll get to that later. So this is something that's going to take you some time to figure out the right amount of folding and macaronage you need for your macarons. If you're enjoying this video, go ahead and give it a thumbs up, and don't forget to subscribe so you can see more of my videos. Since this was a large batch of macaron batter, I actually couldn't fit it all in my piping bag at once. If that's the case for you, just make sure to cover your bowl of extra batter, set that aside. As soon as you're done piping what's in your bag, immediately fill it up and just keep it in the bag until your first tray comes out of the oven and is cooled back down. You might notice my batter is actually a little stiff in this video right here. You can see some points on some of my macarons. The batter is not spreading out that much. So what I did is I put the rest of the batter back in my bowl, folded it a few times until it was a little runnier, and piped the rest of my macarons, and those ones came out beautiful. This tray, however, was slightly wonky. And in just a few seconds, I'm going to show you how I made those slightly wonky macarons look gorgeous. Once your macarons are piped, don't forget to use a toothpick to just wiggle out any air bubbles or bumps you might have on your macaron shells. And since these are coffee macarons, we're going to make our shells look super cute by dusting them with a little bit of espresso powder. Came out a little faster than I expected at first, so just give them a nice little dusting while they're still wet, set them aside to dry, and then bake. When your macarons come out of the oven, set them aside on the pan to cool. Once they're cool, you can take them off of the tray, onto a cooling rack and make sure they are 100% cool before you start filling with that sweetened condensed milk buttercream. Alright, my piping bag is fitted with a medium round tip, about a number 12, similar to what you would use to pipe the macaron shells. Filled it with my sweetened condensed milk buttercream, and all you have to do, this is so simple, pipe a blob onto one shell, smash the other one on top. And by smash, I mean gently place and line them up and press gently until they're combined. If you want more fun ways to fill macarons, I'll put a link on the video and down below in the description box for a whole bunch of ideas, alright? Now that your macarons are filled, put them in an airtight container, put them in the fridge, and let them mature overnight. Then you can enjoy them the next day, or if you've got some slightly wonky macarons, stay tuned because I'm going to show you how we're going to make them look good. Fast forward, it's the next day. Here I've got my slightly wonky macarons. Now when I put these together, I made sure that the lopsided sides matched up. Now I'm taking that macaron and I'm dipping the lopsided side of the macaron into some melted chocolate and then putting it on wax paper so that it will set up just slightly. Now you can put it flat down, but then the chocolate will kind of end up with a flat side on one side, and that's totally fine. If possible though, I do prefer to prop them so they're standing up and can dry like that. To make this process easier, I really suggest using macarons straight out of the fridge because they'll be very stable, they won't be squishy, and the coldness from the macaron is going to help that chocolate start to set up. Barnabas Gold was kind enough to send me some of their edible gold leaf flakes, and I decided that would be the perfect way to make these slightly wonky macarons look amazing. So now that the chocolate is mostly set, but it's still soft, we're going to be applying some of these gold leaf flakes, and no one will ever know that these were the ugly macarons. Working with edible gold or silver leaf can be a little tricky because it is so delicate. The really awesome thing is this little case of the gold flakes came with these really awesome bamboo tweezers, which were a huge help. Make sure you don't have any fans on. Try not to breathe too heavily on it, honestly, because even that can knock it right out of your hands. So just gently pick up a piece of gold leaf and place it onto the chocolate. It'll stick to it immediately. If you need to, you can tap it down a little bit, but just remember that chocolate is not completely set, so just be gentle with it. And just add touches of gold to each and every one of your ugly macarons. No one will ever know. You can find links to the products that I've used in the description box below this video. Let me know if you get a chance to try this recipe for Vietnamese Iced Coffee Macarons. You're gonna love them, I just know it. And if there are any other videos or macaron flavors you'd love to see me tackle on Bakes and Blenders, leave a comment and let me know, and I would love to try it out. Thanks for watching. Happy baking!